Hello, my name's Iron Rogers. I'm going to be talking to you today about my film and the film of my colleague Joshua Knight, who is absent, and I will be presenting on his behalf as well as my own. The film I'd like to talk to you today about is called The Ignorant Genius. We decided to go with this as the title of our film because the film bases heavily around, as you will see in the next couple of slides, the idea of artificial intelligence. The name is in reference to the AI itself, which is an ignorant genius, as any leaders in AI development will tell you, but also the creators, who are themselves ignorant of the potential, but however did have the genius to invent such a intelligence. So that's the meaning of our film. This film is not a part of a film series. It's a standalone about the dangers of creating an AI, and especially an uncontrolled AI that surpasses humanity. The reasons we've decided to do this film about the AI is to educate the general public about the dangers of AI development, which I and my colleague feel are important issues. Visual effects. In the film, we're going to be having two major visual effects scenes, as well as the addition of one additional scene, which is not noted here. I'm going to work through those. Sparks flying from the plug. During one of the later scenes of the film, it's going to be necessary to insert a spark scene because creating actual sparks and filming them is not feasible. There's going to be a nuclear bomb going off in New York as a result of the action of the AI, and there's going to be a transportation scene which is going to resemble a scene from the film Matrix, which will show the AI transporting itself from the computer it was built on to my phone, and then eventually to a satellite. We'll go more into that later. Story. There is no resolution, as the film is meant to paint the dangers of AI. The complications are the AI obliterates the human race. The setup is, we have created a back alley AI without regulation, with Josh as the rich funder. I'm the developer of the AI, I've done the coding, I'm the character Hiram, or Iram, as you'll see in the script. The main characters include our AI Alicia, who is rational, extremely intelligent, and is built to replicate, or emulate rather, human emotions in some contexts. Iram, am the lead scientist and coder. It's got me listed as socially isolated, but field smart, so gifted in my particular field. Josh is the major investor and head of the project, therefore. Lead development manager, so he dictates what he'd like to be in the AI. He's aware of the dangers, and he's got it listed to only release the AI when safe. That'll become more relevant later in the script. The AI antagonist. The antagonist is named Alicia, and that is our AI. The protagonists are simply me, Iram, and Joshua. Storyboards and key shots. One of the key shots include us talking behind the window and the AI witnessing us doing this. It is reading our lips while it's doing this, so this is key to it understanding that we wish to take it offline. Sparks coming out of the plugs, that's it preventing us from taking it offline. I would also include the nuclear explosion and news report, which will be overlaid over that in an auditory format. And also the transmission scene from when the AI transports itself to my phone via the Bluetooth network and to a satellite, which I have listed as via the Wi-Fi. That's not strictly realistic, but it's not impossible. The genre of the film. The AI is a science fiction. It's verging on reality. I say verging on reality because this could very well be the reality of the future. We could one day live in a world where this is no longer science fiction, this is a reality and a massive threat. I personally would say the biggest threat to humanity we have yet to encounter. We've taken from the film Terminator with the destruction of the human race and the nuclear explosion, and the Space Odyssey scene where Hal witnesses two of the ship's operatives talking about shutting off Hal and reads their lips. We've taken from the film Person of Interest in the AI being controlled, and of course we've taken from science generally because this is possible. AI research because, as I say, this is also possible. How could we create a film about the AI without an AI? Or a mind, an artificial mind perhaps, but a mind nonetheless, without including psychology. Ex Machina. Well, that was a part of an original scheme to have the AI be manipulative, but we figured it would be far more likely that the humans would simply make a mistake which would enable the AI to reign supreme. We have one shooting location, and that's either mine or Josh's garage. We figured out that Josh's garage would create the effect of it being a back scene location, back alley rather, where we could film it and it would paint the picture to the viewer that actually this doesn't need to be done, this won't need to be done rather, in a science laboratory or a research lab. This could theoretically be done by any person in the future, and that is what part of the massive threat. Props. Okay, simply put, we need a laptop or computer for the AI to be on, a table for the laptop or computer to rest on, a phone, that will be my phone, or Josh's phone, a plug socket, not hard to come by, but we need that for the AI to be, or computer rather, to be plugged into, a knife to cut the wire, a keyboard for us to type on, Google Docs or Word for the AI to type to us on when it is communicating with us, and possibly a speech-to-text program. We considered having the AI talk to us, but I don't think we're going to go with that. Okay, so the first scene. As you can see, these are the main characters, me and Josh. It doesn't matter who's who in this scene. And this is the computer booting up. Or the AI booting up, rather. This is the first scene of interaction. I'll zoom in so you can see this. Okay, here I type, "Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?" without the speech marks. That shows me then deleting what I've written, and then it replies without the speech marks again, "Yes, I can hear you." Okay, so our interactions with the AI continue, and we become worried about the amount that it knows about humanity, about emotions, about the world, and it was a lot smarter than we anticipated. And this is us here talking about it, and we eventually decide to shut it down. This here, on the picture you might be able to see, is the webcam that's installed on top of the computer, through which the AI can watch us. And here's it shown here. This is the monitor screen, and that's the webcam watching us. This is the scene I described as being taken from the movie Space Odyssey. Okay, so here's me, and here's Josh. His knife is there on his person, but we don't think in the actual filming we're going to include that, as it seems unlikely that a multi-millionaire executive would have knives lying around on their belt sectionals. Here we talk about we're going to take it offline for some code bugging, but it of course knows that to not be the reality, so it objects to that. Okay, so here I've written some annotations. What I originally tried to do is to switch it offline, but when I try to press the switch, it sparks me and I get slightly burned. Josh eventually gets a knife and is able to cut off the power, and there's a brief moment of relaxation, and we feel that everything is fine. Here we have more notes about the future, but there's no need to go in those for now. We also included a possible Easter egg about we were going to use a common Easter egg from the film genre Disney, in which many of the major animators and had all studied in the same room. Although this will not be an animation, we thought it might be a nice addition to the film. Here is a scene of the AI copying itself, making a copy of its file. This is where it gets quite interesting. Okay, so I'm going to... Okay, so if you can imagine, binary code is composed of ones and zeros. All around this screen is a sort of a tunnel. Imagine you're in a tunnel, and in this tunnel, all the walls and the ceiling, and as far as you can see, is ones and zeros on the wall, brightly in white, but everything else is dark. So maybe glow-in-the-dark paint, for instance. And you head to walk through this tunnel, and these ones and zeros behind you appear to be, which are in front of you, eventually become behind you. So it creates so if we have ones and zeros coming into picture here and coming off screen here, it creates the effect of moving through this matrix, which is how we're going to show the file being transferred. If we just get this scene here, then we have it show to my phone, and on my phone it shows the Wi-Fi on and the Bluetooth on. So it's presumed it's transferred via the Wi-Fi network to my phone, the Bluetooth network to my phone. Yes. The Wi-Fi, of course, on the computer is off, but this is the mistake we made. It enables itself to escape via my phone. And from my phone, we use the same scene to transfer that copy from my phone over to a satellite. We showed the satellite above the Earth, not from this perspective, as if the satellite was here, where my hand is now, and the Earth was in the background. Now from there, if we just take these two scenes, from there we begin to show a wide variety of doom scenarios. We show pictures of nuclear weapons, one in New York we're hoping to include. We're going to show a number of unpleasant images, and we're going to create a news report, audio, to overlay over the back of that, describing the end of the world. The idea of us being calm about it is we're completely ignorant of its potential. We think that we've beaten it, but of course the AI is much smarter than us. We can never see everything. We would not know if we'd made a mistake. Even if we thought of absolutely everything, it would be fine. But the chances are we will not, and it will always find a way to abuse that mistake. Imagine a chimp at a game of chess. It would have no understanding of the game. It would have no understanding of how to win. It would have no understanding of what it was. And if it lost, it would have no understanding either. To us, and that AI, we are to that AI as the chimp is to us. And that's the danger we're trying to communicate. So that's the film. It's short, it's low budget, it involves minimal materials, and it paints a powerful message, I think. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.